Not at all, you fucking assholes.
It
really was
you have
just
great timing.
that you time your fucking like breakages of service with you trying to make a point. Slur is a.
Anyway, no,
He's-
I'm not going to sit there and watch my food in the oven. Why would anybody do that?
Well, like I said, did you not hear my analogy earlier? Where after watching Prometheus, you just sit in front of the oven, pondering,
good fucking
wondering.
entertainment as I watch my fucking chicken tendies get slightly more brown.
Oh my!
Oh my god!
I just picture Slur down there in front of the oven watching the chicken tendies like a fucking philosopher. What am I?
What are chicken
No,
tendies?
why am I?
Like cross-legged, my chin resting on my fist, like, what is a tendy?
What are
Like a
what
chicken-
are these?
Like a chicken ball, really.
Oh my god, we're live, by the way.
Yeah.
Ah, for fuck's
I mean,
sake.
if you're watching your chicken cook, doesn't that make you the chicken tender?
Oh
I am tending the
my
chicken.
god!
That was so bad.
Detroit
My,
Show, I
become
think we've
tendy.
done it.
that was so bad. My lungs shut
Did
down.
Detroit become tendy? So for those of you joining us, we just got done watching America the Motion Picture. And it was pretty great. It was really stupid, hilarious, and completely 100% accurate to American history.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I feel
got it.
informed.
Yeah.
Slur, you're not American. What did you think of the actual history?
I love that. I love that. If you just didn't continue, Slur, you're not American. That was it.
It just ends there.
Like, oh, all right.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
okay.
I thought it was great.
Yeah. And like that was
Very,
like
very informative and educational, right?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I learned so much about like how Thomas Edison was a Chinese woman who like
Chinese.
blasted fucking
She was Iron
Englishmen
Man.
with her science lasers,
science
with the
losers.
power of science for
Power of
science,
science.
because she believed in science and wanted science for everyone. But then the science didn't work. But that's just science, man.
It's
how
just
big.
science.
Oh
And
my-
how Abraham Lincoln and George Washington were best friends, and they hung out together.
and during Abe's
Yeah, all
funeral,
of historical figures, all American historical figures happened at the same time. Nothing.
Yeah, like
happened
Martin Luther King was at Abraham Lincoln's.
yeah, at
funeral.
Abraham
What?
Lincoln's funeral, we had both Roosevelts. We had Teddy and FDR. We had Martin Luther King. I think we had Rosa Parks in there too.
Maybe I was like baffled by like MLK and like Teddy, so I was like, what the fuck is this?
I'm surprised they didn't grab Teddy. He would have just won the war for them. It's like if there's one person who would have won that war, it would have been Teddy fucking Roosevelt.
Yeah, of course. No, unfortunately, that's not why we're gathered here today on the greatest holiday of the planet. Though that movie is fun, and if you want a really good time, it's on Netflix. It's called America the Motion Picture. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah,
Channing
it's
Tatum
not-
is George Washington. Go watch some mindless shit and put some fireworks in the background and have a good gay old time.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
trying.
unfortunately-
Happy day, everybody.
South Park, Venture Brothers kind of sense of humor.
Yeah. Very like just really stupid shit. Like, oh, did you think of that on the car ride over? What the fuck is a car? Like,
What the fuck is a car?
Unfortunately, why we are gathered here today is,
You make it sound like we're
We
at
must
a
put-
funeral.
I mean, we kind of are. We must
We
put
are
to bed.
in the twilight of the alien arc.
Yeah, we are.
We just got done watching Prometheus. This was my first time watching it. I'm having a thought. That movie was awful.
Utter horseshit.
Like, it wasn't utter horseshit, but it was like, it's funny because we just watched America the Motion Picture, and like, I feel like both of them have the same logical consistency.
How so?
Like, dumb, stupid, doesn't make any fucking sense kind of deal. But it's just there for like that. However, America Motion Picture was unapologetic with it, and it was funny. This, however, was like to the grave, dead serious.
And yeah, especially the premise at the very start of the movie, the reason why they're all there, that just straight up makes no fucking sense, but they keep trying to act like it does. So to break it down, right? Millions of years ago, one of these handsome Squidward looking motherfuckers came to Earth. And their way of terraforming a place was to arrive in a place that already had like an atmosphere and like some greenery. They drink some black goo, which dissolves them, and like a tea bag, their essence will spread throughout all the water and turn it into water that has life in it, and that's where we come from. Millions of years later, humans exist, and for some reason around the world, everyone draws pictures of humans worshipping a big man pointing at a star constellation, and nobody asks how the fuck they knew about the big men or where the stars were. Unless it's like a genetically imprinted memory, which is Assassin's Creed logic. That's not how any of that works.
They're not just pointing; they're doing an odd dab.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's a bit of a pose.
All right, I was just laughing my ass off this entire fucking movie.
As well you should.
It was a shitty prequel. But I would argue Covenant, when we finally get to that, is much, much worse.
Let's save it, because I've heard that film is legendarily bad. So let's save that one.
Yeah, you're gonna be so fucking mad.
Yeah, wait.
What was everybody? What did everybody laugh at the most? Because I actually loved the fucking indestructible staples.
Well, that,
I mean,
that
those
may be
are
more...
that pretty legit with the C-section squid thing. That
that
seems
like,
more just uncomfortable. Like
that's
they're doing a body
like,
horror thing, and that's fine.
And it fucking
but it just
totally works. Like well, I mean, it doesn't come out of nowhere. Like we get the idea of what's gonna happen. Like if this thing gets out, because obviously. Are we supposed to watch this as if it is part of the same universe? Like we've watched the first 4 movies and now we watch this one?
But that's how it came out.
Well,
that's how
it
was how it was written. It's the premise in which people were advertised it. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure.
Also, the system they go to is within the same, like, I don't want to say within the same star system, but it is like LV something. It's not LV426, but it's damn near close enough to have like partial designation.
So it's in roughly the same area of space.
Yeah, I'm not sure how planet and star system designation works. I'm sure if you're like within the same kind of area code, it stays the same.
I was about to say usually it's the star, like if we would be called in like the Sol system kind of deal.
Yeah, where this it's the
and that's
Sol
how like
system.
Yavin. Well, actually, no. Yavin is actually the moon, isn't it? Yavin
yeah.
4. Or no, Yavin 4. No, Yavin 4 is the planet.
Yavin 4 is the 4th moon of the planet Yavin.
Okay.
And Endor is the 4th moon of the Endor system.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
it's the Endor system, but the Endor is the moon?
No.
The 4th moon of Endor. I don't know. I don't remember if that's also the name of the system.
I thought they called it Endor, though.
They do. It's like the planet itself is named Endor. I guess. I don't fucking know. That's one of those things where it's like Star Wars naming conventions get fucking weird.
Yeah.
Unless they name the star systems after the only habitable planet in that star system.
Yeah, like
so ours would be the Earth system.
The Earth system.
The Earth system. Yeah.
I feel like we're trying to do everything.
But yeah, we have the premise where Squidward dissolves, and the humans that emerge from his DNA millions of years somehow remember him and where he came from. So then, thousands of years after that, archaeologists find all these pictures like, oh my god, all of these like ancient people drew big lads dabbing and pointing at the same thing. Let's go to that thing. And so they do. And here we are. So we have David the robot acting human for most of it. And this is what I said when we actually saw it on screen. I pointed it out as being extra weird, and now I remember why. it's because for the rest of the movie, he kind of has this weird contempt for human beings. It's like he doesn't think we're all that. He doesn't, or yeah, he has the line of when they're putting the helmets on and he's explaining that he's wearing a suit, it's because to seem more human. He actually says, like, I hope it's not too much like humans, like as a sly kind of deep down you're all kind of shit though, so I'm better than you. But he wants to be human at the same time, so it makes the whole intro sequence really weird.
Yeah.
Or he just likes movies, I don't know. And bringing basketballs around the ship for some fucking reason.
And then riding a bicycle while throwing like 3-pointers.
He's a robot. Quirky, lol.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, this feels like a scientific thing written by a guy who doesn't understand science, kind of deal. And it's
or
like
humans.
No.
By the way, what actually is his plan? Can anybody figure that out? Why he was doing anything he was doing?
Because
how any of it helps Wayland? Is that it?
Yeah, that's like, the only argument you can make.
We have these like black goo things in the alien bunker, whatever the fuck. I'm gonna grab one, bring it back to the ship. Oh look, even though in the room the jars themselves were all melty black goo, inside there's these glass things. I'm gonna have one of the crew drink one of them. What's the connection? Make it make sense.
Okay, so like I get like what he's trying to do is try to be like, you know, getting in contact with Alien Man, so he can help out Daddy. I don't get the black goo part. Like him, like, you know, trying to get a hold of the engineer makes sense. Him with the black goo makes no sense.
It really doesn't, because he poisons that guy. That guy, he continues to do science shit, but everyone can see that he's clearly been infected with some shit, which is just going to make all the crew more cautious and paranoid, which is exactly the opposite of what he wants. And then, like, the guy who was poisoned, later on, he goes, like, feral or some shit, so we don't actually know what the black goo even did.
The black goo remains like a mystery to the point that, oh my god, the fucking theories went fucking nuts. What was the Prometheus black goo? Did that create the aliens? It's just like, oh my god, this is fucking stupid.
Well, he was infected with the black goo. He fucked her, and she got pregnant with, like, the first facehugger, which was way bigger than it needed to be or should have been, but that's a whole different
thing.
So is that what his plan was? He was planning to infect her with the fucking space baby, but
I don't think that was the plan because he didn't
account for.
Yeah, because then it gets his sperm infected, so he gives.
Well, yeah, that's a whole other thing. It's like it alters his DNA, but if it's anything like the black goo we saw at the beginning of the movie, then he should have just fucking dissolved.
Yeah.
This is kind of the thing about this movie. One of the biggest criticisms of it when it came out is that it was pretentious. And I can kind of see why. It's because it does all these like big thematic things about, oh, where did we come from? The symbology of like Prometheus and like giving fire to humans to be on tier with the gods, and what does spirituality even mean? What does it mean to meet your maker? It's like it's got these big questions, but it doesn't really answer any of them. It acts like it wants you to think, but the more you think about this movie, the more you realize, damn, bro, shit just kind of happens. And that's it. That's the whole movie.
It is the whole movie.
Nothing really connects to anything else. There is no deeper layer. There is no hidden meaning. It's just kind of written by an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just
that's the
nonsense.
Whole, and that's the whole thing. Like, I feel like we've talked past this, but I'm always curious. What do you attribute to a bad movie? Is it the director?
It depends on what it is that's wrong with it.
So,
in this
like,
case, because it's his vision, it's Ridley Scott returning to his universe to tell another story, then the big criticism rests with him. He was the one captaining this ship.
Exactly.
So when it crashed into a fucking iceberg, we're all looking at him like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's even worse when it's both writer and director. Like, it's the reason why we give Rian Johnson so much shit for Last Jedi. If he was just the director and some fuckwit was the writer, then we'd be more irritated at the writer, because at the end of the day, Rian Johnson's directing is kind of just meh at the end of the day.
Well, because like that's the thing. That's the thing.
Story.
That's the thing about writing, though, because like the director still has to like make the movie. You know what I mean? Like,
yes, he still
if the writing is bad, yeah, the writer is a fucking hack, but that's still on the director. It's like kind of having like a head chef at like a fancy restaurant. Yeah, this guy fucked up the dessert, but it's like the head chef who decides to put it on the fucking plate. You know what I mean?
And it depends on how the movie's getting made. Like in Disney's case, they can hire a director to make a movie based on a screenplay they just bought from someone else. So the director is quite limited in how much he's able to change what happens in the screenplay to make it work on film, even if he knows it's stupid.
Hey Slur, you literally described any time a Cloverfield movie is made, because J.J. Abrams will just buy a random script and then make it a Cloverfield movie.
What?
Yeah.
But like that's not him being restricted, that's just him choosing to be lazy. If I just buy this crap, I don't have to write anything. I can just tell people to do
that
it.
bad. Yeah. It's like how what's the one where they're in the bunker? I keep wanting to say Cloverfield Paradox. That's the one that was on Netflix.
Isn't that Cloverfield 10 something or 10 Cloverfield something?
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Being a 10.
10
That's
Cloverfield
Cloverfield.
Lane.
That's Cloverfield Forever. Oh wait, I'm thinking of The Purge. My bad.
Yeah. But that was supposed to be like a way different story, but then J.J. Abrams got it and just went, "You're now part of Cloverfield." And that's
and then meanwhile everyone on YouTube's like, "Oh my god, what even is the Cloverfield theory video number 10?" It's like, Jesus Christ, it doesn't mean anything. It's written by a hack.
It doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
And then J.J. Abrams like looks at it and goes, "Oh wow."
J.J. Abrams literally takes any of these movies and then just goes, "Aliens. It's now part of Cloverfield." That's literally the end of 10 Cloverfield Lane. She gets out of the bunker, and then it turns out, John Candy. I keep wanting to. Was it John Candy? I'm thinking of John Candy.
John Goodman.
John Goodman. Thank you. He was right all along, and it's just fucking. And he's right all along in Aliens, and she's like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me." It just becomes a different movie in the last like 10 minutes.
I'm so glad I never watched that shit. Like,
yeah.
I watched the first Cloverfield movie, and it was pretty good. And then like, I heard about the next one, and I was like, "Wait, why is it called this? Is it linked to that?" And people were like, "No."
I didn't even make it through the first one.
I've never seen the first one. I saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, liked most of it until the fucking twist, because John Goodman and Mary Elizabeth Winstead are decent actors.
Yeah. That's why people think they like Beyond Two Souls, is because Willem Dafoe and Elliot
and
Page.
Well, yeah. Whoops. I almost
they're good actors.
Yeah.
So that is what it is. Doesn't help that the fucking story is absolute garbage and makes no fucking sense, but hey, good performances will sell a movie.
Remember?
It doesn't need to make sense. It just needs to have themes. And I think this, like Prometheus, to bring it back to that, exemplifies that so fucking hard. It doesn't need to make sense because it's about religion. It's about faith. Don't you get it? It's like, yeah, but it's not though. They don't actually do anything or explore anything to do with faith, what it means to have faith, how faith works, or when you have it or don't. They just go like, yeah, one of our characters is religious, and it's about meeting your maker. Ooh.
Oh, also, look at Fifield, who's just like, "I'm the tough guy. Look at me drink my soup." Like, don't talk to me.
Is so fucking bizarre.
It is really. What are
you talking about, mate?
Well, he's randomly and extremely intense.
Oh yeah, I love fucking rocks.
I love rocks. That was such a weird thing.
I don't want to be around dead things, and it's just like it's fossilized.
It's basically a rock. I mean, come on.
Well,
you should be at a half chub at best. Oh well. Yeah.
Imagine in science class when they wheeled out the skeleton for you to point at bones at, and he just freaks the fuck out.
He just freaks out. He just has like, he's like Mista from Part 5 of JoJo, and it's like, oh, it's the number 4. He just starts fucking losing it. I like rocks.
I didn't want to be around a dead skeleton. It's just like, what are you doing? we were all just like, chill out, man. Maxwell, you brought up how fucking this scene, like the briefing thing, that should have been like when they before they even left.
Yeah, like hey guys, we're about to go on to a mission. What are we doing? Man, shut the fuck up. Just sitting in the fucking cryo pen. Just fuck you. Just stop.
Stop
okay.
talking as you're being shoved into the tube. Stop talking.
Shoved into fire? Are we leaving Earth? What the fuck is happening? It's like, don't worry, we'll explain it to you in like 100 years. Wait, what? And it's like, yeah, shouldn't this be like before you send everybody on a fucking mission?
I kind
I
of
mean,
like.
yeah, generally people are going to be briefed before they get on the ship, so that if any of them aren't suitable or have a disposition where they're not going to get along with the rest of the team, Mr. fucking tough guy who
I was
talks
gonna say
to Jason
Fifield.
Statham, yeah, then they have a chance to dip out, or they get a chance to recrew the ship for people who gel together a bit better. But no, this is Wayland. They don't do things sensibly.
I don't do anything.
Fifield at the
this is Walmart.
Fifield at the briefing process. Are there gonna be rocks? Because I love rocks. It's like, yes, there will be rocks. Are there gonna be dead?
And like
things?
it just like
possibly
just like the guy just the guy deadpanning, looking him in the eye. like oh, there gonna be rocks. I love rocks. Yeah, buddy. There's gonna be lots of rocks.
Are there gonna be dead things? Possibly. Oh,
are rock? And he goes like, "Are rocks dead?" And like his head just splits open.
He just turns into the monster he turns into later.
Exactly. It's like, I can't handle it.
Also, I love how the hologram projection device for this thing is just a Rubik's Cube that they just put some symbols on. He just sets it down, hits a few things, and just holograms. Like, that's a fucking Rubik's Cube.
I like the looks of everything, like science, like sci-fi, like creative wise and shit like this. This all looks cool. Like,
I guess.
if I had to give the movie something, all the special effects regarding the science fiction shit is pretty cool. I'm a sucker for good science fiction stuff. So.
By itself, I could give it that compliment in terms of visual design, but then remember, this is supposed to be attached to Alien, so it kind of just doesn't fit with the general universe.
And that is before that movie.
Yeah.
Shit, like you're fucking totally right.
Yeah, that's
ultimately
the problem. Okay, yeah, LV223. That's
there you go.
So it's a little bit far away from 426. Possibly X number of. I was about to just do the math in my head. It's like, oh, abort. Yeah, it's the fact that we call it 70s sci-fi because, at the time when Alien was made, that at the 70s, that was what we thought science fiction tech would look like. And now that this is the more modern interpretation, so everybody's got the LCD screens, they've got the holograms. I'm sure if Ridley Scott had somehow access to make a special edition, he would have done all this shit and put it in Alien. And I feel like it would have lost a lot of its charm. Because at the end of the day, the crew of the Nostromo, they were space truckers. So of course, everything being all run down, shit's kind of barely holding together. It's nice in a way.
Yeah. And the actual alien tech, all of the alien ship shit, I actually really liked.
Yes.
Because it's one of the reasons I went to see the movie. It's because the whole H.R. Geiger aesthetic for all the alien shit, I fucking love it. So seeing any of it intact or any of the world building about who the engineers were or how things worked for them, I was excited about that. which means it was another layer of disappointment that we get basically none of it.
Was Geiger pretty much dead by this point?
I believe so. He didn't stick around for all the Alien movies. I'll have to Google it.
Right. What did you guys think of the fact that
he
everybody
died in 2014.
Oh wow! So when did Prometheus come out? I'll quickly open that tab.
But I imagine he also like retired much earlier.
Right. Oh, it came out in 2012. So hopefully he would have seen the inspirational designs. The designs, I mean, that were inspired from him.
Mm-hmm.
No, Prometheus was really bad and it killed him. It broke his heart.
Oh no. And then did Covenant just make him roll in his fucking grave?
Depends, when did Covenant come out?
Probably, yeah. Probably
I think
after he died.
Wasn't it 17?
Alien, Covenant.
It was back when the band was still. Yeah, it was back when the band was still together.
He was very much dead.
Oh my god, I'm just looking at like H.R. Geiger shit. This is the most fucking badass fact about him. In 1998, Geiger acquired the Saint-Germain Castle in Grea, Switzerland, which now houses a museum dedicated to all of his work.
Oh,
he bought a fucking castle, filled it with his shit, and now everyone can just go look at it. That's awesome.
That's very sick.
Imagine going to a castle that's just filled with Geiger art. You just look at that and be like, "Oh, I'm not going in there."
Like, I was about to say it's kind of like a Lovecraft thing. It's like you go in there and you like lose your mind.
It's like, why is this castle dedicated to rape monsters?
What if at the inside they just made it look like a hive? They just went full tilt and just fucking like they just made it look like the set of the Hive and Aliens.
I mean, that would be kind of awesome. Because most of his artwork, it has a similar enough aesthetic that just having the hallways and shit like with those elements, it would work. I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious. I'd like to go, but it's in Switzerland, and Switzerland fucking costs money.
Oh yeah.
And his wife runs it.
Oh god, run by a woman.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's like if humanity gets wiped out, aliens arrive, they go there. It's like, this is definitely the lair of a supervillain. Jesus fucking Christ, what's going on?
They'd be like, "What the?"
And they like worshipped him. What the fuck?
Dude, we made the joke of when humans are finally just wiped off the face of the earth and aliens come by and they just see like, the fuck are these emoji things?
Oh no.
It's the most cringe
hieroglyphics, they say.
God. If that were true, I'm like, yeah, humanity deserved to be wiped out.
Oh my god, look, it's a transmission. They actually left a message here just in case anybody ever arrived after they were wiped out. Eggplant, squirt, skull face.
What does it mean, sir?
Why do they look like Jack Skellington? What does it mean?
In terms of planet design, it is just kind of a barren wasteland. It's later assumed that they just straight up used this place as a military installation. So of course,
which makes sense, but
yeah,
like that also begs the question: why is this the planet like the terraformers were pointing to?
You mean they were dabbing it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the implication from the human perspective is like, oh my god, these people, they came here, they made us, and then they were pointing to where they were from. It's like a lineage thing. If we follow, we get to meet our makers. Like, no. Their military branch was terraforming planets to do whatever the fuck they were doing, and the resulting life on those planets has like a weird inherited memory of the military base that soldier came from.
Hold on, God doesn't build in straight lines. That was a fucking dumb ass line.
Yeah, what the fuck? And then like I made the joke because I got into his chat and like, you fucking what? Excuse me.
A lot of the dialogue from Charlie, like I think it's Dr. Holloway, He's fucking retarded.
That's pretty bad.
When he gets all nihilistic, it's like, yeah, it's just another one of those. It's just another tomb. I wanted to talk to them and just ask why they made us.
Yeah, he gets all he's all like depressed and shit. He's like fucking crying and like I'm drinking beer. Hope nobody.
It's actually probably the closest to any exploration of the theme as well. That's the pathetic part. Is the conversation, because once they get it, he's like, "Oh, it's just another tomb." Then he has a conversation with Robot, and he's kind of mocking Robot. It's like, it's a good thing you don't get to feel disappointment because, like, we just made you because we could. But I definitely want to meet the people who made us, because even though we are based on them, we probably do things for the same reason they did. I bet there's like a super deep answer I'm going to get from them. Even though he already acknowledges that it's like one of the most significant discoveries of mankind. He doesn't care. He wants to talk about them and get like the secret of life or something.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we'd be perfectly acceptable if they did just like, you made these robots because you could. We made you because we could. Fuck you.
Oh, dope. Up top.
You think an alien would be very like? What if they got frightened by the high five? They're like, "What are you doing? You gonna strike me?"
You think that's weird? You should say how EP.
We're not so different after all. The president. Peace.
Or David when he gets his head ripped off and he's commenting on like how everything was. Oh, it's so poetic. We got here because Wayland thought he'd find the secret to immortality, and they just killed him. It's like there's nothing here. It's like, motherfucker, you're the one whose bad translation pissed him off. He was chill, you said some shit, and he just started freaking the fuck out. And the first time I saw the movie, I had no context for that, so it was like, what the fuck is even happening?
I mean, to be fair, like, he was getting yelled at by some weird lady who was, like, getting beat up in front of him, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that's like, that was a funny thing for me when I was thinking about it. It was like I'm trying to picture it from Alien's fucking perspective, from the engineer perspective, and he's just like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
I just
what are y'all saying? What's going on? Who are you people? And what are you doing in my house?
I just like to imagine the engineer's just waking up from his nap. He's like, what the fuck is going? Wait, who are you people? Why are you yelling at this lady? Humans.
Why did you hit her? Jesus Christ! She looks like she just got out of surgery.
Everybody just keeps making that assumption. Like, hey, you look like you just got out of surgery. She's just like, ugh.
Well, that's what I was like saying. It's all like everybody's just like, "Oh wow, Idris Elba, you look like you just fucked." And like somebody approaches like Charlize Theron's like, "Oh hey, you look like you just fucked."
Weird assumption because she certainly doesn't act like she's been.
Yeah, she doesn't actually act like she doesn't get more relaxed or anything. She's still kind of a bitch.
Everybody in the ship, like the human crew, just acts so evil, like unapologetically evil. They're just like, oh, I don't give a shit about your research. I want to see the God people, and I hope you're wrong. Yeah. It's like, okay. Then she's like, I can't wait to torch boyfriend guy.
Or the freaking captain lady who's Wayland's daughter or something.
Yeah, it was
she is like going so far out of her way to give supervillain vibes, and it just makes her look autistic. Like she doesn't understand any kind of social cue whatsoever.
Like Iraqi from JoJo was like looking at this shit and he's like, damn, subtle. Do you know what subtle is at all? She'd like might as well have her kill a dog.
I mean, fuck, might as well.
But
if she had a chance, she probably would have.
She probably would. Like yeah.
Like, well,
this is for you, father.
Well, for some reason,
comes down to like the lines she has, because it's like the first time she reveals like her evilness, I guess, is just when she's talking to the leaders of the science team, the ones who are captaining this entire venture. She's like, I believe you misunderstand our relationship. It's like, bitch, I just asked you a question. Is that the part I misunderstood? That I'm not allowed to ask questions? What do you mean? And then she just kind of goes into a monologue. All the dialogue in this movie feels really disjointed. No one talks to each other like they're just normal people.
Mm-hmm.
Except maybe like Idris Elba and like his cockpit crew. They kind of have a bit of banter. That's all right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're
ready, Captain.
Fifield's a great example because he's just like he just gets out of cryo sleep. Somebody's just trying to have a little bit of a conversation. He's just like, fuck off. Leave me alone.
No, yeah, it's like somebody sits across from him at a table. And he's like, "I don't want friends." It's like, all right, motherfucker, eat your salad. Damn.
Chill.
You eat your fucking
get it.
soup.
You don't.
Fine, dickhead. Oh, the fucking like mapping orbs that for some reason these guys end up lost. I always thought that was the weirdest fucking thing. Like, they got lost when it's like they were ahead of the main group and also made the map.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Like, how did they get lost? Did I miss that scene?
Well, they left the rest of the group early on, and they were off screen for a while. So then when we cut back to them, they're just at some random point in the complex. We don't know what they did, where they went, but they weren't that deep in the complex when they left. They could have just gone back the way they came. So they must have decided to try go deeper, because literally what other explanation is there? But that's not what they were trying to do. They're trying to go back to the ship, so it makes no sense. The only reason it happened is because we needed a couple of disposable characters to be the first deaths. That's it. That's the whole mystery.
And speaking of those deaths, like, oh my god, whatever his fucking name, the guy who was really eager to talk to Fifield, he's just like, I'm gonna touch the alien snake that's actively telling me to piss off.
Oh god, yeah, that's so weird. So apart from like, yeah, you've got their deaths, which everything about it is contrived in the most literal sense. There's no reason to do it. It doesn't make sense that they were even there. The plot just decided to make it so that these guys are gonna die. And the way it happens is one of them sees an alien snake, and despite it, being a fucking alien snake, it's like hissing at him, it's rearing up its head at him, and he's just constantly going closer and closer towards it.
It's doing that thing that cobras do with the whole I don't know what you call those bits that are attached to the face. With their crown. It's crowning at you, and it's like, hey, fuck off.
It's like a big eyebrow.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
But he's like, oh, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, and he keeps putting his hand towards it. It's like, this motherfucker was trying harder than anyone in any horror movie to get himself killed.
Yeah, he was suicidal. He just didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, he was just not having a good day.
It's just all the scientists were just fucking retarded this whole movie. Like, there's a kind of a breathable atmosphere. All right, everybody rip your helmets off, and it's just like, hey, hold on. Like, there's still a chance that there could be something in the fucking air. Like, hold on, and all...
Taking the helmet off the first time, for that guy, I can kind of see it. Like, the way his character is, like, being the one to take the first breath of air.
Yeah, nothing adventure kind of deal.
That's fine. It's like, yeah. But then you put the helmet on, or at least everybody else keep them on. Because once you start dealing with the dead bodies and shit, you're dealing with potential foreign bacteria. Because remember, the atmosphere is breathable. That means there's a chance that things can be alive.
Yeah, everybody just suddenly just pulls a fucking gun. It's like, right, there just might be people in here with us.
Not even people, but like just bacteria or
something.
Yeah, we see it on screen now with the slime stuff.
Oh yeah, the intelligent slime.
I want to talk about David's propensity of I want to touch everything.
After being
David,
repeatedly told. Touches it. Yeah, it's like Patrick.
It's literally fucking like Patrick's levels of fucking stupid.
Touch. Don't touch. Touch. Don't touch.
Do I have to follow you everywhere?
Instantly knows because I guess he's technology, so any piece of technology he comes across, he can instantly make it work as well.
What do you think of
that checks out.
So we all pretty much liked the alien holograms, how it was that cool like little mist like effect. Because it's about to show all the engineers running around.
Doesn't make sense, but it's cool, I guess.
Yeah, as an
Well,
effect,
like-
I guess it's pretty neat, but that's it.
Yeah.
The confusing thing to me is that everybody in this scene is like freaking the fuck out.
Oh,
Like they
yeah.
should be terrified of this. But honestly, the only thing that's scary about it is the fucking musical cues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then they chase after it like this is some really intense
Especially
scene.
since they've already been shown to be very familiar with things like holograms.
Right.
Yeah,
in
why
this
did this freak
universe.
them out? Like, we have holograms in this universe, and it's clearly just security footage, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've all seen the motion picture. We had holograms way back in revolutionary times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thomas
back-
Edison was trying to
No, that
to
was remember
discover
that
them.
was King. No, that was
yeah,
King James who did
King
it.
James, yeah. Oh, I almost want to let like play the clip of Fifield going like, I love rocks, because they just see this body and they're just like, he's just like, oh, and it's just like, what were you expecting? You were going to a fucking dig
to be
site.
fair, he wasn't expecting an alien.
I mean,
What?
I guess the problem
Before
being-
he got on the ship, like because they did the whole briefing thing ass
Yeah,
backwards.
they drugged everybody and put them on the ship. Yeah.
Like he was not expecting to be dealing with aliens. Like he didn't sign up for that shit.
Hold on, let me I'm throwing up on the main screen for a second. I just love this scene so much. Do this, change my volume.
What? Look, I'm just a geologist. I like rocks. I love rocks. Now, it's clear you two don't give a shit about rocks. But what you do seem to care about is gigantic dead bodies. And I don't really have anything to contribute in the gigantic dead body arena! I'm gonna go back to the ship. If you don't mind.
I don't know, for some
It's
reason I just...
like he sees like the way that line's like said. It's like it's clear you don't give a shit about rocks. It's like what?
Dude.
Who says this? Like, who talks like this? I mean, I get it. He has to like rocks. Like, and that's all he cares about.
But he loves rocks, though. Don't you understand?
Fuck. He's
Sorry,
that little black kid with the coloring. Like, I fucking love rocks.
Sorry, the way they described it is that they made it seem like this would be an archaeological dig, and you would expect to see, like, not
Rocks.
mummified corpses, but,
Rocks.
if it's 2,000 years old, yes, rocks. First, rocks. Secondly, in this case, fossilized corpses, because apparently this body's been sitting there for 2,000 years. I don't know. It's just like,
But they don't know that yet. Like I'm talking about when they came in here, none of that shit is established.
No.
Thought it was established in the briefing that this was a form of an archaeological. All right.
It basically the only thing established in the briefing is that they think there are aliens of some kind. They call them engineers, and everyone kind of laughs at them and basically says you have no proof. That's the whole thing of the briefing scene. Is he's like, "Do you have anything to back that up?" And they don't even respond to him.
Oh yeah, she goes like, I have faith because I'm a religion man.
Yeah, and everyone's like, "That's fucking weird."
It's fucking stupid. Then David fucking rocking up with the space ladder. It's like, I'm gonna touch more things. It's like, stop
David touches
touching.
all the things.
David, quit touching shit.
David, stop it. I need to touch it.
It literally
He
is
does
like
the freaking villain thing. He's like, "No, David, don't open the door. We don't know what's in there." And he's like, "Oopsie daisies, it's already opened."
it literally is a SpongeBob. Like, am I gonna have to follow you all day?
Touch.
It hurts worse when somebody touches it. Ah!
Touch. Stupid.
So is that supposed to be a human face or an engineer face?
No,
Not
that's
the
an
one on the
engineer
cr-
face.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, see that's one of the engineers.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that why would they make a human face when humans didn't exist yet?
I don't know. It's
They have one of their own faces up there because I don't know. It's just how they be. Because this is their war room. This is where they keep the bombs. These are the fucking pods they drop on planets to wipe out anything living on them.
Mm-hmm.
Because post hoc, that's what we know this is. So this is their war room, and these are their holy hand grenades.
Yeah, the holiest of hand grenades, and then their mural to the xenomorphs.
5 is right out.
Oh my god, 5 is right out. But this is Aliens 5.
Oh my god! Somewhere that guy's like head explodes.
Yeah, the fucking scanners.
Yeah, by changing the atmosphere in the room, the jars begin to melt or something. And I don't get that because the idea would be that these things don't activate or do shit until they're on the target planet, right? That's the whole point.
I guess. Also, they've just got kryptonite just hanging out. I know it's just a random green gem, but still.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, it's just kind of, David, don't touch it. As he just, oh, damn it, he touched it.
Didn't touch it. I'm gonna touch it. You can't stop me.
It just feels a little weird that, the Charlie, I keep wanting to say is, like, the doctor name, but I don't remember what it is. But he goes into such a nihilistic thing about not being able to meet the engineers. Like, I didn't get to talk to them. It's like,
Yeah, because that's his whole thing. That's the only
Yeah.
reason he wanted to go is meet his maker, get high, and talk about life or some shit. I don't know.
just get drunk with your
That's all
creator.
we want to. And David's like, you seem like a vulnerable young woman. Better Bill Cosby a drink.
Ah!
Topical.
I mean,
David, don't touch-
unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, it is
But
unfortunate.
yeah, he wanted to go to space to have a beer with his dad because he talks about the engineers like
Like, yeah,
his
like
dad who went out for smokes and never came back. Or like, why did they abandon us? Like, motherfucker, what?
What are you talking about?
you're
I
alright.
think you might be projecting some of your own bullshit onto this mission.
Listen, I think you're about to project my hand upon
do you
your
think
face.
What do you what do you think about the Xenomorph Christ? Because
What?
that Xenomorph mural that they've got going on is straight up he's just straight up T-posing. Hold on.
Yeah, he's up there. And I know the way the engineers made this room, it looks like they treat their war room or their nuke stash with like religious significance because it looks like a temple.
It does. Oh no, the Xenomorph's T-posing. Fucking run away. Let's see. Oh, I'm to fast forward a tiny bit. I actually really liked the effect of that like storm that they're like trying to get to the ship beforehand. Oh yeah, I forgot about the skull on the fucking mountain. I kind of just liked it because of just space dust windstorm shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just a sandstorm. I mean, it looks cool, sure.
Also, how did they drop the head? Wasn't that like the whole point of this fucking like whole journey is because we got this head and it's like, oh fuck, fell off the back of the fucking truck.
Yeah.
And they've
Do
just
we
like
want to
leave it
strap
like
that fucking down or something? Like, come
Although
on.
going out after it is really stupid because you just ignore it. You go into the ship. Worst case scenario, you have to go out and sift through the sand to find it again.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that much better and less dangerous than going out into the fucking sandstorm of rocks?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's a sandstorm of like silica, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's just sand.
Oh,
Silicon dioxide is sand. And if it was just silica, then it would be poisonous. So I just kind of let that slide. It's not just silica.
Okay, fair enough.
Sand.
It's coarse, rough, irritating.
It's everything.
Gets
Gets everywhere.
everywhere.
unlike the main character of the movie. She's everything so.
And smooth.
Yes, man.
David proceeds to give main character lady the Anakin Skywalker look. I mean, he pretty much does. He gives I keep wanting to say Holloway. That's the guy's name. What's the lady's name?
I don't know. Something.
No idea.
Fantastic.
Which is weird because she is kind of the main character.
She is the main character.
She's religion, man. That's kind of the only information we pay attention to for the movie. She's like, oh, Shaw, because it said so on the little name patch on her forehead.
She's the French girl from Sherlock Holmes.
Fair enough.
He's the gypsy.
What would you? Oh, then yeah, we're shown that Fifield and Scientist Man are just lost.
The men just determined to die.
No, like we decided not to contact anybody else on the radio. So,
Are we to assume?
Shame that.
Are we to assume they have access to the same map that the other guys do? Because if they don't, that's retarded. If they do, that makes it even worse. Because how the hell do they get lost?
I mean, they mustn't have had access to it because then they wouldn't have gotten lost in the first place. So we
also,
have to
why
assume
didn't
they don't have a map, nor do they have any kind of reference for anything.
Also, why didn't they hear the all points bulletin? Hey, man, there's a storm coming.
Yeah,
It looks like a blue guy with a katana. I don't know why.
When they went, when they went off screen, they just were paused.
He just stopped existing for a second.
Yeah. It's the power of off screen, man. It consumes us all. And try to. What do you think about them jamming like a probe into the ear of the engineer? We're gonna try to bring it back to life.
This part was absolutely stupid. Like, fucking how did they ever say a number of how long this thing's been dead?
2,000 years.
About 2,000 years.
About 2,000 years. So, like, I'm not a fucking science man or a smart man at that, or even a man. But I'm pretty sure a body would fucking decompose at this point.
Well, it starts decomposing the second they take the helmet off, but here's the problem. The head was cut off of the body, which means that the flesh in the head is already exposed at the neck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's stupid. It's
only like right now when the helmet comes off that it starts to decompose, and we see that's got like the blactism. And then, my big problem with this scene comes in a second where, okay, if we stick a probe into the head and put electricity into it, the flesh will think it's alive.
Yeah, if you run a stem line into the something, trick the nervous system into thinking it's still alive.
The gist that I got was that they weren't as concerned about the head itself as I forget what they call it. It's like new or foreign material on the surface of the head. Like I thought they were trying to get a reaction from the bacteria or whatever that shit is. Which is also odd because they've made a big to-do about this being like a decontaminated, sterile process. So it's like you wouldn't want to fuck with bacteria like that.
Yeah, not in open air right in front of you. This should be like in a glass bubble being worked on.
But I don't think they were expecting like the full face to start like, making expressions.
Well, it's going blah, 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 blah.
And then fucking explode.
Yeah, they put it in the containment thing, and then it just goes... Like, pretty much
just gives it a big old... here it comes.
Splat. Yep. Like a big greasy balloon. God. Mortal after all. Yeah.
Mortal after all.
I think it was
even though he was already dead for 2,000 years. Like, our heads explode too. That means they're also mortal. Like, I know you understand what mortal actually means.
Keep using that word. I don't think you know what that word means.
A man of culture, I see. Your head too explodes.
I get it. Without their heads, they're powerless. Another scary movie callback.
Yeah, so, that had to be one of my favorite guys. Without their heads, they're powerless. It's like
Decapitates it with the fucking shovel.
No, that's just how. That's just how we pee. How do you say goodbye? Wham! Kicks him right in the balls.
That's my secret cap. I'm always decapitated.
So, well, when you're bringing up when Charlize Theron moves David, I understand that if like somebody like if somebody lets themselves be moved, they can move. It's just a little weird because when shown from previous evidence of the movies, these things are really fucking heavy. So even if he
what evidence are you using to determine that?
Ash mainly. Ash, like when why?
I wouldn't say he was
Parker,
heavy. I would
when
say
Parker,
he was abnormally strong. But it's never implied that these things are heavy. That's
yeah,
the
I
whole
always thought they
point. They're
weighed the
supposed
same as a
to-
normal human.
Yeah,
Like,
they want to
maybe,
be
like-
basically imperceptible to humans.
Maybe like best like faith, maybe like 100 pounds heavier, but I mean you could still push them over. Like the human design like inherently is flawed. Like we're not exactly
Right.
the greatest fucking put together thing. So, like yeah,
We're
if
not
it's- if
actually
he's-
superly balanced either. Our way of walking, the whole way we get around, is by falling forwards continuously.
Fair
and like there's
enough.
no reason for him to be what's the word, like insubordinate or like prideful or whatever, so there's no reason why he would like force himself to stay up in a way.
Fair enough. Yeah, I guess I was going with the interpretation of like if they're that strong, therefore they would be at the very least a bit heavier. But fair enough, they might just not be.
Well, arguably, it's all super sci-fi tech anyway, so they could be stronger without necessarily being heavier. It's just what they're
Yeah.
made out of.
Yeah, fair enough. What do you guys think of the black goo? I honestly, after all the years of the fucking theory bullshitting, I'm just like, oh fuck the black goo.
It really doesn't fucking
First.
mean anything. Like, it doesn't. I mean, you can theorize about it all you want, but I don't even think the director knew what he wanted to fucking say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
he
think
had
so.
no fucking
Even
clue.
David is just looking at the black bottle. Is like, plot, cool. I
Somebody's gonna
take the
craft a
plot, I
theory
give
about
it to
this.
the characters, and the rest of the movie will happen.
Yeah, this is liquid
No
script.
pattern we can glean that kind of. It's like, okay, yes, on one hand, it's supposed to be alien. You're not supposed to be able to understand it. It's like, okay, cool. We're not supposed to be able to tell exactly how it works because it's alien, it's foreign, it's weird and unknown. But we see it do stuff. But there's no pattern or correlation to the things it does. So there's a difference between it being alien and unknown and just straight up fucking nonsensical.
It's definitely that. I guess my thing is it doesn't really track for like what is the goal here? Like what is the purpose of the goo? Because we see it as like, okay, it's some form of a weapon, but why? Why do they have so much of it? Why are they stockpiling this shit?
But
We
it's,
don't know.
I mean, we gleaned that it's a weapon, so they take the black goo pod. They fire the black goo pod at a planet. The black goo affects local
Well-
populace, alters their DNA, births xenomorphs, and
Sure,
xenomorphs
but-
take over.
At the very beginning,
Robert.
though, we saw a fucking dude basically do it to him damn self. You know what I mean? Like he drank of the cup willingly. So it's like, if this is some kind of secret, super biological weapon, why did he randomly off himself? Don't know.
Maybe it's it's the life-giving juice, but also
Well, they keep
if you
implying
give
that
it
it's for like terraforming, and it's like, okay, but is it terraforming or is it a weapon or is it both? Where
I
like
was going-
they're terraforming, but they're terraforming for the xenomorphs.
I was going to
Or when
imply
he
it's
drank
possibly
the black
both.
cup, was he trying to make xenomorphs? And maybe the real xenomorphs are the friends we made along the way.
Oh,
Well, but
also-
my thing is he didn't create a xenomorph? Like, he basically started to fucking disintegrate and fell in the water. But is that even the same fucking planet? Because it's not like they get contaminated because they drink the water. They get contaminated because they go into the fucking weird weapons storage room and... You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really track.
Also, yeah, the doctor guy, David poisons him with the black goo. He goes all infected and weird, and then turns into like a caveman.
Well, no, I thought the caveman was the other guy.
Fifield.
Was it?
What's weird is
He was the one that had like his legs up over his shoulders, all weird, creepy horror style.
Yeah, and in a different cut, because of course there fucking is, he was gonna look more alien-ish, like the eyes would be all grayed out his skull.
Well, we could see that Holloway was going through some kind of transformation, but we didn't really get to see far enough, other than like his eyes were kind of changing color and like his skin was having a reaction, but we don't really know what was happening exactly.
Was he just in the process of disintegrating, same as the guy at the start of the movie?
Well, but that guy disintegrated like fucking instantly. I mean, I guess you could argue
he also drank a whole cup. This guy only drank a drop. Like, that's the only correlation I can really latch onto.
Speaking of that drop, actually, so have you guys ever watched how it should have ended?
No.
No,
I mean, I've watched
YouTube channels.
It's a good YouTube. I like it. I've never watched the Prometheus one because I never watched Prometheus.
How it should have ended for Prometheus is like one of the jokes is that he just goes like, "I saw you dip your finger into my drink. I'm not drinking that now." And I was just like, "Oh, wait a minute. He's very intoxicated." And also that, as I think Max, you pointed out, that like little dropping sounds like, oh, that was clearly for the audience.
That's just for us. There's no way it was that fucking loud unless you like smacked that shit with like a lure. But no, he just tapped it with his finger.
Yeah, and I doubt he gives enough of a shit because he's that intoxicated.
Yeah, he's pretty drunk.
Also, the way how it should have ended works is like, oh, the movie would have ended so much easier or whatever if this had happened instead. What would change if he didn't drink the black goo?
Well, he wouldn't get infected, and we wouldn't have that whole fucking crazy.
Yeah,
horrific...
a lot of
wouldn't have gotten flamethrowered. So what changes if he doesn't get flamethrowed? What changes if he's still alive after that scene?
She doesn't get the baby injected in her, doesn't she?
Yeah, it becomes the cascading effect of he doesn't put baby in her, and she doesn't go into surgery table to get baby removed, and then engineer.
Okay, but even if the baby didn't happen, like other than being the sort of weird Deus Ex Machina that saves her at the end, it really doesn't change the events of the story that much.
Also, he could still put the baby in her if he's still around. Like, that wouldn't actually stop him.
Well, I thought the whole thing of the babe. See, I thought the whole thing of him having the baby was because he had like the black goo, and that's why it was a crazy
goo and it went
super monster baby.
Yeah, so he fucks her now. She's already got it in her. He doesn't need to be killed off for any of the rest of the plan to happen.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he didn't get, the black
period
glue
did not
Mickey,
get the black goo. Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, if he didn't get the black glue Mickey, then he wouldn't fucking be able to give birth to, impregnate her with the alien. Movie's fucking weird. That sentence is like in the movie, but it's like,
See, this is what I was on about earlier. It relies on like, it means that David knew beforehand that these two were going to have sex tonight. Because if they didn't have sex tonight, like if he just got so drunk that he just, fell asleep on a couch or whatever, which he was primed to do, then they wouldn't have had sex. And the next day he starts showing signs of infection, so they're not going to fuck then either.
Mm-hmm.
So like David would have had to have access to the script for this to actually be a plan.
Yeah, it's all weird.
Hey, that's why I said the black goo is liquid script. He was just like, oh, they're gonna fuck. I should put this in the drink.
Again, it's like we don't even know what David's fucking motivations were with poisoning him in the first place. Like the whole pregnancy subplot, because realistically that's what it fucking is doesn't really affect the rest of the movie. Like, the engineer was already going to be an asshole and try to kill them anyway.
Right.
And they already would have had to try to stop him from escaping the planet. So all of the big action-y sequences would have still happened regardless of whether she got pregnant or not. You didn't need to have that whole thing for that to happen.
Like the whole pregnancy thing, the whole subplot about pregnancy, the only way I see it fitting into everything else in the movie is that it's a whole thematic thing of creating life. She's sad that she can't make life, boo-hoo.
Yeah, because she doesn't have half a brain.
We're here to meet the makers of our lives. But then through this bullshit, oh no, I am making life, but this is not turning out the way I thought. Oh no, this is awful. It's a dark twist on our desires. How thematically relevant. And then we meet the engineer, and rather than be our like caring father figure, he rips our android's head off and punches an old man.
Yeah, it's literally a themes thing. Like, that's literally what it is.
I love how David just acts so fucking evil as well. He's just like, your god has abandoned you. It's just like, what the fuck?
Like, Jesus Christ, David. You can't just say that to people.
Yeah,
God abandoned all 6 million of you. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, Idris Elba just being like, hey, I know you just
fuck?
want to get fuck. You
No,
want to
no,
get
no.
some fuck.
It worked. That's the fucked up part. It worked.
I mean, there's not many options, and one of those options is Idris Elba. Come on.
And also, what else are you supposed to do?
Yeah, you can't just not. What? You're not gonna have sex? Like, come on. Silly.
Come on, we're all Chads here. We're all.
This is a science
fiction. You go to work,
movie.
one of your coworkers is like, "Hey, if you're not a robot, suck my dick," and you're just like, "Well, I guess I have no choice."
Well,
you got me there. Zip.
Zip.
It's like, are you a robot? No, prove it. Okay.
All right, let's in my room. 10 minutes. He's just like, oh day. He's like, he's very confused as to how that worked. He's like, that shouldn't have worked, actually.
It shouldn't have worked. That was really dumb.
Oh yeah, the skull mountain is so fucking weird.
The fact that they show it more than once.
Well, yeah, it's because it's spooky. It's like, oh no, they came here to meet their maker, but this is a death world.
Yeah, like
and then
this
again,
movie,
later on, like, reminder, death world.
What is this movie? Is it a horror movie?
I would assume so. It's tied to the Alien franchise. Oh yeah, by the way, space vaping.
Because it's like not really scary. It's like the fucking third act.
How does it feel, Slur, knowing that that vaping will end up in the 2090s? They'll integrate it into their.
It's just comforting systems. To know that it'll be exactly as cringe then as it already is now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got the vibe that was supposed to be weed in that thing because he says it's not tobacco and he takes a big drag off of it.
All right, Space Stoners.
Slur endorses.
And that would explain why they're so retarded, or at least why he is.
Yeah,
it would explain if like, he was the rock expert and he was the one trying to navigate them out, but he was high off his fucking arse. That would explain how they got lost.
Hold on,
and like
guys.
He's satisfied because he's like thinking about rocks.
Hold on, guys. I thought about this.
I don't want them to be his like character.
I just realized why no one's paying attention to Fifield and the other guy. It's because everybody in the ship is fucking right now.
Everybody is fucking right now.
It's like Friday the 13th.
Touching the penis thing.
It's a Friday the 13th situation. The camp counselors are fucking while the spider creature is throat fucking this scientist.
Oh no, it's an allegory.
It's an allegory for Jing.
No. Say it ain't so.
Oh yeah,
my throat is. Sorry.
Fifield's like, I'm not touching this shit. It's like actively breaking the guy's arm. Like, ah.
Yeah, it's like just fucking the one of them that had any sense, and it was the stoner.
Hey man, what does that say about society?
Oh,
I feel like one of the most
That's-
horrific scenes, though, is when he cuts the fucking thing with the knife and it shoots the acid all over his helmet, and then you get that one instant where like the helmet is melting to his face.
Yeah,
oh, that
when he
shit's
Yeah.
actually really fucking good.
when he
I like that.
dunked
Yeah,
it
like-
into the
It's a really good
gootisms.
moment.
The
Like, it
body
has-
horror in this
Yeah.
fucking movie is actually
like,
Like
pretty.
right here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I- like,
That
oh.
right there is
That's
a fucking
fucked.
cool shot.
That
That
is
one's
a shot
goofy as
that
all
has-
hell.
Yeah, like that shot is better than the whole rest of the fucking. Like that has no business being with the rest of this shit.
It was like I said, and like the whole fucking like operating thing was like also pretty bad. And like,
Yeah, that was
Why
actually
even
done
ma-
pretty well.
and
Yeah,
like, why'd
I'll-
even mention? It's like, yeah, that fucking one part with the eyeball, or right here. Fuck. Oh my
Oh,
god.
So
Yeah, this part right
so
here,
I
it's
wanted to
really
talk about
bad.
the.
like,
I
oh my
wanted to
God.
talk about the ruins for a second because this is what it. Like ever since Ninja showed me the fucking ruins of thing that in all reality the first
Dude,
date
everybody
scared me more than
sleeps
the
on that
creatures.
fucking movie. I tell
But
you,
it's
it's
like-
good shit.
Like things being burrowed into you. Like I'm not even looking at my fucking monitor now.
Yeah, don't
things
look.
being
I don't even, like,
burrowed
wanna
into
look.
You, or,
I'm
it's a fucking
staring.
terrifying. It's a fucking like
You're
terrifying
fucking-
thing in all reality.
They're creepy. Yeah, that's like nightmare feel. Like I said, like it's like it doesn't feel like a horror movie till like the later half of the movie, but like, man, does it get pretty horrible? Like, fuck.
It escalates
like-
quickly.
It gets pretty fucking gets rough pretty quick.
No,
Ah.
also Benedict Wong is hanging out in this movie. It's just the one of the pilots.
Yep. Wong
And he only
is
really
Wong.
has 2 lines, I think, and both of them are about being owed money.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very based.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cockpit crew are probably the most based people in the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because they realize like, oh shit, we cannot let this angry ass alien get off the fucking planet. Let's ram the fucking engines into it as hard as we can.
It's like,
Do you
oops,
think,
we
like-
accidentally space Hitlered?
So I know that it's like, you know, obviously it's just for the line's sake, but like she has this sort of back and forth with Idris Elba where she's like, you have to do this. And he's like, well, but we don't have any weapons on the ship. And she's like, I know. Do you think the implication is that she understands what she's asking them to do? Like, is she aware of them ramming the ship as the only option, or is she just trying to get him to figure something out?
No, the way I read that is like she is absolutely asking him to ram the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's.
That's
yeah,
why she's
she-
like crying and is like, please,
freaking out,
please believe me. Like, believe
have to do
that
this.
if that ship leaves, Earth is fucked. You have to believe that because that's the only way that I know it will get through to you to do what needs to be done.
Exactly.
And then they do it, and then right before impact, they all throw their hands up.
Yeah, like
Play
the
my
fucking
song.
roller coaster.
Well, I think that was a nod to the whole, like, he didn't want anybody getting cold feet at the last second, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was
So
that
he's
what
like,
that was?
just hand-
I read it just
That's
as
what I
like a
thought it
roller coaster
was.
thing.
No,
Could've
it's
been.
like he didn't want anybody
both.
to, like, get scared and, like, yank the controls at the last second, so he wanted to make sure everybody was committed to doing it, because they're basically committing suicide.
Yeah, so
So-
That
he
makes
ends up-
more sense, honestly. That tracks in the movie. I guess
I
just read it
mean,
more of as a
probably
reason.
would be kind of roller coaster-esque, because, you know, it's
That's what I
starts
say.
really
I mean,
fast,
I'll
but-
say
Very
it could
Independence Day of them.
it
Oh,
could
yeah.
be both. Like it could be both.
It's fucking Emperor's New Groove.
This
Well,
one
put
looks
your
more like a
hands up.
military stockpile, whereas the other one looked like it was a temple, but they're the same thing.
Yeah,
I'm sure
Yeah,
there's no theme there.
yeah. Once again, it's nobody knowing what the fuck the black goo is for.
Well, if the goal of making this prequel was to sort of, you know, give us more information on the mystery of how all this shit got started, it does a really shitty job because a lot of what it raise even more questions.
Unless the job of the movie was just to have another horror movie set in the same universe without really answering anything. So it's all still mysterious.
Well,
The problem
but
is that when they made it still mysterious, it's now just a much stupider mystery.
yeah, because it does actually kind of directly tie in with the first movie, because the ship that they find, the one that was emitting the signal, that was the fucking well, not the Prometheus, because that was the ship that they crashed, but the alien engineer's ship.
It's the same.
It looked
It's
a
the
little,
same.
yeah, the half donut looking thing, like it was that ship.
Yeah, it's the same design. Yeah.
So it does kind of directly tie into that to an extent.
Yeah, and like how we find out, like in terms of the star system, yeah, the planet they're on right now is not too far away from LV-426. So you can imagine that that old donut's just hanging out somewhere with a bunch of eggs. But then, how did those eggs get there? Were they the black goo?
Nobody fucking knows, man.
Yep, no one knows, and I honestly don't think they should have. They shouldn't have even tried to answer any of these questions.
But they did.
Yep, they tried to and failed miserably. I kind of liked the effect that was going on as this guy was Holloway was getting more and more sick. Also, yeah, the snake leaping right out of the other doctor's eye was fucking that gave me a bit of the heebie-jeebies, because burrowing shit inside you.
Yeah, so yeah, you have the stoner team. One of them got snaked in the mouth. It went into him, and we assume more of those snakes are just going to be born out of his body. That's kind of them explained. I guess they just exist as part of the ecosystem now.
I guess so. They technically already
Well, that's where
existed
it's
as
like,
worms.
is that part of the terraforming thing? Like, is that part
Well, yeah,
of
the
that whole
black
process?
goo landed on some worms, and it gave birth to xenomorph snakes.
Yeah.
So does that go back to the whole egg theory? Is the black goo just the secretion stuff from inside a hive?
Oh,
I
the black goo is what ends up egg morphing. I don't fucking know.
Oh god, the squishy buttons. I hate them.
I thought Wyatt would really like those. They look like eggs.
No.
Now I see it.
Wyatt's over there hyperventilating about the egg buttons.
Yeah.
It's a really uncomfortable looking chair.
I was going to say
Very
you could
much
not
so.
get me to sit in that thing. David sits in that, and then he's like, "I'm an android, but this is actually really fucking uncomfortable."
He's man-spreading too. That's very problematic.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Cancel. He put the flashlight where he put the torch next to his dick, so that's what that is.
Misogyny was the aliens all along.
Oh
Indeed.
god, we gotta
Speaking
talk
of which, have any of you heard the most recent news?
About what?
the whole,
Yeah, the new alien movie is going to focus more on inequality and stuff
Mm-hmm.
rather than
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, I told
Yeah.
you
Horror?
guys about that. I fucking
The
showed you a
horrors of
tweet.
inequality?
Kind of.
Yeah, what if they're not?
And we don't know what that's
Xenomorph-
actually going to mean in the script because, like, the world is already pretty unequal in these movies. But yeah, no one knows what the fuck is going to go on.
The
So
xenomorph
guess we
wants
just wait
to
and
talk to
see
you
when it comes
about
out.
your-
The xenomorph
I'm
was
guessing it's just
racist
going to
all
mean
along.
that a lot more of the theme stuff of the movie is going to center around how, like, the evil corporate dudes are, like, misogynist and racist, and that's how they get their comeuppance. So it's going to seem like the movie's more about that, when really it's still more about the fact that there's a species destroying alien trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then it's gonna end with somebody getting face hugs, more than likely a man, because you can't face hug a woman.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be full of all sorts of member berries, despite the fact that there's gonna be no Ripley. This is gonna be a TV show, by the way. I think it's gonna be on Amazon, and it's just like, oh god.
A TV show?
Yeah, in an Alien series. I'm not really
Yeah, 'cause
trusting.
it's
I'm
green.
not really trusting all the series that are going on right now. Like, if there's one series I do not have faith in, it's gonna be the Amazon Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I don't trust you, Amazon. You're trying to put elf titties. I ain't interested.
Oh, shit. Breaking news. Does Ryan Johnson have self-awareness?
No.
I mean, if he does, it'll be a few years too late.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Why?
it's
You
definitely too
send me a
late.
meme.
No, I sent you a tweet he made. I've been sending memes to the Discord group. That's different.
Okay, hold on. Ugh. Oh. Let's see.
Oh yeah, second worst throne room scene. Also, that's not Ryan Johnson. That's
That's
Johnson.
ruined.
Oh,
John.
Parody account.
Yeah, that's ruined.
Oh,
Johnson.
damn it.
You got
Spoiled again. Curses. Spoiled again. Yeah, but I may
So
or may
they're
not have
fucking
been putting
comparing it to
memes
Loki.
in the chat.
David's just like, ooh, look at the guy. He's sleeping. Okay, in terms of like science fiction space helmets, are the little headband name tags, are those a good idea? I see that as incredibly distracting, actually.
It's kind of fucking goofy looking, but I guess it's no better or serves no superior function to just having the name on the suit.
Mm-hmm. For some reason, I've been like getting Elite Dangerous Odyssey vibes from their space suits. Probably because of the helmet. Because there's a helmet in Odyssey that just looks like that helmet.
Yeah, like the suit's definitely. I mean, like, but you could say it's just like an exosuit. Like,
Yeah.
remove the helmet, it does look like the flight suits in Elite Dangerous.
Mm-hmm. I always thought this was weird. She's like, you can't get back on the ship despite the fact we could totally... He's like contained within his suit. We could easily put him in quarantine. Okay.
No. Number one, you don't know that. Number two, she's also wrong because if she was truly following quarantine procedures, she wouldn't let anyone back on the ship.
Yes, she'd do
Not
what Ripley
not
did
any
and
one
said
of you
like,
motherfuckers.
yeah, that's what Ripley did. Ripley was like, oh, the whole like we
Because
gotta wait
she
24
her
hours.
line was just the one that popped up a minute ago was everybody except for Holloway get on this ship right now. And it's
Correct.
like, no. Like you're literally watching him change in front of your fucking eyes. Like you don't know what the hell he has.
Yeah, and for all
He's clearly
you know,
in his sealed spacesuit. How did he get it? If he could have gotten it, any of them could have gotten it.
Mm-hmm.
Space aids.
Fair enough.
Pretty much space aids.
Well, I was going to say the problem is that as Shaw's bringing up, it's like we're kind of all exposed, possibly, because he was on the like we don't know when he got contaminated. So
Well, but David knows. That's what's
Yeah.
fucked up about this scene. She's trying to bring it up, which is the smart thing for her character to do, and David's just kind of ignoring her, like, no, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's
he's
fine,
just
it's fine.
yeah, he's just trying to shush her. He's just like, oh, shush, you're going back in the pod, lady.
I mean,
But
he
why?
took her Jesus away and then made it so she would have to go get an abortion. So there's your theme.
Oh my god. You fucking kidding me?
The
I
pod
mean, I
was
literally
paralyzed. It
am
wouldn't let
kidding
her
you.
get
It's a joke, but
abortion,
still.
but
But it's
it
but
was
I
like this
bet
pod is not
somebody
equipped for that.
But I bet somebody's probably made that connection. That's what made me
Yeah, his name
react
is
like
Ridley
that.
fucking Scott.
Yeah.
He made those really shitty movies.
He made this really
He
shit
did.
movie.
I
It's
cannot
like-
believe the same guy who did this did Gladiator.
I can't believe the
Well, you're
same
not
guy made
entertained.
Blade Runner. Hold on.
Yeah, it's like fuck off.
Can't believe the
Ridley,
same
what
guy
happened?
made Fast and the Furious.
Wild Speed.
Wild Speed.
The Speed
Dude,
Saga.
When are we gonna do that? When are we gonna sit down and watch all of the Wild Speed movies?
We are not
is
embracing
that
our
a
own
thing that we
meme.
actually want to
No.
do? Because
I mean,
It's
I
not.
kind
just
of do.
doesn't sound like it'd be very
No.
fun.
I mean,
No.
I kind of do, but like, I'll readily admit I'll do that on my own time. Fucking
Alright,
memes, dude. Fucking
fair enough.
the memes, Jack.
The memes, Jack. What do they mean?
But they went to
Memes.
space in a car.
But because
King
family,
Theoden stands alone. He's not alone. He's got family.
family.
Because I'm so glad that a history of prepares you for all kinds of different paths in life.
I can't believe Dom's gonna fight an invisible foe. It's gonna be so interesting.
I believe Dom went with Gandalf to save.
I'm just
How many people
with
do
the
you
way
think have made
Fast
that
9
joke?
came out and everyone's like, yeah, they embrace the meme, but it's all kind of played out. At this point, they're just gonna have to go full Saints Row 4, like fight aliens, get superpowers, just go full balls to the wall.
Oh,
I'd love
absolutely. There's no
I
other way
love
to
that
do
so
it.
much.
It'd be
You keep
really
joking,
weird,
but it's like that's
actually.
what I want.
That's what you want, and then I'm just like, no, don't do that.
It's like, no, do that faster.
I watched your dreams. I watched your fucking father die of Ebola. Go to
Shit was
sleep,
wild.
you bitch. David just becomes this asshole and just keeps rubbing it in, just like "Ugh, ugh." Your dad didn't love you. Your god is abandoned. Oh yeah, and then the doctors are just like, "Hey, wake the fuck up!" Just like those are some hefty fingertip taps. Like,
I know she's like full like her whole head's fucking bobbing,
yeah, bonk.
smacking the fuck out of her.
Oh, and then she's like having to fight off the fucking fact that damn thing's pretty much about to just split her wide open, like pretty much in half.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, this is like I said, like a lot of the movie's bad, and then it like makes me really uncomfortable at certain points. It's like,
Well, yeah, the body horror of this whole scene is actually pretty well done.
yeah,
Like, it's
and, like,
fucking gruesome.
Yeah, I would almost say it's almost a little bit more terrifying than like the original chestburster scene.
yeah, definitely.
And plus remember, Shaw had to be awake during practically this entire procedure. Like as like the laser was cutting her open and like ripping her guts apart. So that,
Yeah, I mean she's actively like injecting herself with what I'm assuming is the equivalent of morphine or something while this thing is cutting her open, which I mean I guess is kind of a cool scene, but like everything we've been shown about her character up to this point makes me think that this would not be something she could do. Like we've never really been presented with her as being kind of badass.
I mean,
I wouldn't say
never
this is
really had
badass.
badass.
I was gonna
It's
say
more
this
just
is
the
more.
Are you
grit
kidding?
to get it done.
This is more of desperation, man.
Well, yes, but just the fact that she's able to do it is pretty fucking impressive. Most people would not be able to do this.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
that's why this
true,
is
but at this
horrifying.
time, like, nobody who's able to do this thinks they're able to do this until they're put in a situation where they have to. So, I mean, this is her moment.
Right,
of
but in a
discovery, I
lot
guess.
of like action sequences or action get kind of shown like your character possesses this skill or a skill similar to it
Or
before the
grit
need
to get
arises.
Mm-hmm.
through it.
Yeah, something,
And let's face it, she's still feeling all of this, regardless of how many painkillers she just shoved into her body. Because there's no way that instantly took effect. So she's just feeling all of this. Do you guys have that fear of being awake during surgery?
I
mean-
don't think that's like an uncommon fear. I feel like it's like, yeah, do you guys
it's pretty
are you guys
common.
afraid of?
Yeah, the idea
Are you
of it
gonna-
is fucking horrible. I don't have like a constant or ongoing anxiety about that being a thing that could, would, or should ever happen.
You know, it's like, hey, do you guys like have a fear of like getting ripped apart by sharks? And it's like, well, now I do. You know
Like,
what
yeah,
I mean? It's like-
technically, in concept, it's like I don't want that to happen, but like
Core
I don't
concept,
go
really?
to bed at night thinking about it.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm just terrified of surgery in general.
That's fair.
Well, I mean, there is a reason they make you sign that shit before they'll do it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're like, this might just fucking kill you.
Yeah, being an anesthesiologist is like one of the toughest jobs to do because you have to
Mm.
calibrate the anesthetic for every individual patient. It's fucking tough, but at the same time, the rate at which it actually goes wrong is super fucking low.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's like the same thing. It's like the same thing of like a car, like not a car wreck, like a plane crash or whatever. It's like, yeah, it sucks when it happens, but it's like really fucking small chances and shit like that.
Right.
Like, yeah, sure. Like you could technically be afraid
Well-
of literally. You can technically be afraid of literally everything because literally
But
everything.
it's also not like they're blowing the horn every time it happens either. I mean, for all we know, it might
That's
be
right.
more common than we think.
Right.
Fuck,
They-
man. Flying's ruined for me. Thanks, asshole.
You're welcome. Now you're going to be forever one of those assholes who claps when the plane lands. You're welcome.
No, I
Don't
didn't
do
clap. I
that.
was just like, get me the fuck out of this tiny fucking tube. I don't want to do this ever again. My legs were asleep. I fucking didn't like it. I had to do from Florida to Texas, and I was not having a good time.
So I don't know if I would have liked the changed scene because as the fight field design would have been different.
Hold
and
on. I just noticed something. Go back, pause it, or
what's up?
look at how different the spacesuit is for that guy.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because he's a cool man.
Like, so clearly suits that are, because this is at least slightly more similar to the ones that were used in the original. It looks a bit more like your traditional generic spacesuit as opposed to what all the scientists are wearing. So it's like, if they have access to that, which they clearly did, why not use that for all the characters? Why? It's like, Ridley, you were already there. You were right there. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's really weird.
Awesome. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to like watch your own movies.
Yeah, makes sense.
Fair enough.
He was probably looking for a writer who had never seen Aliens before.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's the way to do it. It'll give you a fresh perspective.
Definitely.
He likes rocks.
He loves rocks.
Just picture like Ridley Scott like in a fucking like a high chair like clapping uncontrollably. He said he doesn't like rocks. He like it.
So in the changed version, they make it look more xenomorph-like, and also Shaw, fresh after surgery, helps kill the thing. I do not like that aspect, because it's like, dude, you're already dealing with enough shit.
Look at those fucking suits.
Yeah, it's real.
Did you see those big motherfuckers? Like, why didn't they
Yeah.
use that?
I guess
be
they
right
just
back.
have different suits for different purposes, but that other guy
Like-
wasn't wearing a suit for a specific purpose. I guess he just grabbed whatever was around. I don't know.
Yeah, they all got this fucking Mass Effect looking shit. As Drinker might say, it'll be fine.
No, it'll be fun.
So while we're waiting for Wyatt to return, Max, since this is your first viewing of the movie, where would you rank this film compared to Aliens Cubed and Resurrection?
Oh, this movie is amazing. 10 out of 10. I would love to watch it again. I'll totally
Like,
look at Eyeball again. No,
better or worse?
I feel like it's actually better than 3.
Really?
Like I don't know. I feel like I got more like enjoyment, investment words within it out of this one than I did out of 3. And I guess it's kind of hot. Like it's not really. It's not really hot take. They're all fucking shit movies. But like, and I would kind of want to wait to see like what Wyatt's reaction is. But like this one
For me,
feels like
yeah, I was gonna say like Cubed it's a lot slower, and you're not dealing with as much like big cinematic shit going on, but the story is better. The characters are at least they have a bit more of a personality, so I kind of care a bit more when they died. In this, there is no one's death who actually sucked. I was just like, oh, okay, I guess they're dead now.
I guess
Some of them were
But I
more
feel like-
surprising, but that's it.
I feel like
I
the
guess you
only
gotta-
person who we really were mad that died in Cubed though was Tywin. Like we didn't
Yeah, it
really
was
care about
Charles
anyone
Dance.
else.
I was about to say, like, yeah,
I
like
say care not in so that they made me sad. It's more just their lack of presence for the rest of it was a bit more noticeable.
Also, we knew who they were.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that one guy likes rocks, so I mean, checkmate it.
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, checkmate liberals.
Just don't put him in the giant dead body arena. He's going to be useless.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I guess maybe that take can be a little bit more modified, but like I feel like I got more enjoyment out of this than I did with 3.
Fair enough. I would agree with Slur that Prometheus is worse than 3 because at least I kind of gave enough of a shit about some.
It's
of the
like Charles
characters.
Dance, but like Idris Elba. Like,
I
I
mean,
like it just even though he does a really really horrible fucking American accent, but he does his best.
but I mean, I guess I just kind of look at Idris Elba and it's just like, yeah, you did some things. No, actually, he's very important to bringing down the ship.
I was about to say he's the one who he's technically the one who saves the day.
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, I'll give you that one. Idris Elba or Charles Dance. It's like, oh no, don't make me make this decision, because
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. You are not paralyzed. Let me hit the play button on this. We also got to see their guns for a second, because while they got these weird like pistol things, and then this guy right next to Idris Elba has like some weird future shotgun.
So they did have weapons this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious that like what is it that's actually going on with this guy? Why is he doing this?
Because he's got the black goo.
Like,
So like he got his helmet melted onto his face. That's the last we saw of him. We know that in the meantime he's probably got some black goo infection. And then he comes back in a murderous caveman rage.
meanwhile,
Because he's a monster.
Is he?
the monster mash. Maybe. Who knows?
I mean, he's killing people. I would assume so. Also, how the hell is she not OD'd on painkillers? There's all the injections and then all the fucking pills she shovels down after this point. My God. She's borderline ODing practically the entire time.
Yeah, she does take a lot of fucking pills.
I mean, she's
Also-
on drugs for the rest of the movie, which is the only reason she's able to do the shit she's doing.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
basically.
I keep forgetting the name of this actor. The name the guy that plays Wayland. It's like a really well
If only we
named.
had- if
I'm
only you
looking
had
at.
a device.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm trying to.
Can you tell me the
Let's see.
actress's name
Isn't it
too?
like Guy Pearce?
Yes, Guy Pearce. Thank you. Yeah, you hired Guy Pearce and you barely use him. In some other version, they at least have Wayland do like commercials and shit. Like it's, I don't know. You just barely used him in this film. Covered him in makeup.
Wait, Guy
And I think
Pearce?
the chick's name is Numi. Like I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's like
Yeah, she's
Rapace.
Yeah, she's like French or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, Guy Pearce? That's James Bond?
No, that's Pierce Brosnan. Dude.
Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, right. My bad.
Guy Pearce is the guy who played Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was like, wait, no, that's not James Bond. You silly git.
Also, he played the time traveler. Has anyone seen that?
No.
Guy Pearce is he creates a time machine in Victorian times.
Wait, that's a. Are you talking about the old movie? Because
Is there
there's
a
an
new
old
one?
movie that does that story that's fucking awesome, but I can't imagine Guy Pearce being in it.
Hold on, I'll double
he's
check. I
weird.
could have sworn Guy Pearce was in a time traveling movie.
Yeah, it's called Iron Man 3.
I wish.
Because the time traveler
No,
is
no,
actually really
no.
fucking good.
All Marvel movies are now time travel movies.
I
No.
mean, technically, yeah.
Technically, yeah. Like that's the thing. Like they all have like the Nazi
I'm sorry.
police.
I'm an idiot. It's called the Time Machine. It's a Guy
Original.
Pearce, Jeremy Irons.
Huh.
Yeah, he loses like his fiance, and then he makes like a time machine in Victorian times.
Oh no, we're talking about different things. You're talking about the 2002 one, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I was talking about the good one. Never mind.
Wait, so there are different versions of this movie. Also, how is this the bad one? Seemed fine. Great
I'll have to
talk.
double check because my only experience of this movie is that I saw it when it was on TV when I was a kid, so I'll have to watch them back to back to know. But I remember that the one I saw was an old movie.
All right.
It was really cool though.
She's just in so much pain. She's just like, I'm gonna try to get my the equivalent of my scuba suit on.
Basically. Scuba Steve.
Which, by the way, they don't wear gloves.
Yeah, weird. Spacesuits. Who needs them? How do they work?
Well, by that point, it's just to protect you from the temperature, because I doubt lack of oxygen would fuck with your hands at that point.
Yeah, but the whole point is like the spacesuit is supposed to be an environmental suit.
Yeah.
You're not fucking protecting yourself from the environment if your digits are
Yeah,
exposed to the
her
environment.
thing wasn't airtight, which is fine in retrospect because we know there's breathable atmosphere, but she
Only in
Stupid.
certain
still knew that
parts.
there was dangerous shit because they had gloves at the start, and then she just didn't put them back on for
Huh.
some reason.
She needs to be hermetically sealed.
I think it was also just to show that she was wearing Guy's ring for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Oh god, that is totally what it is.
Oh my god, you're right.
That's literally what it is. That's
I
one of
hate
those
this
things where
film.
it's like it's so transparent, but it's like, oh, I didn't even fucking notice it.
Yeah, it's trying
If it
to
was
be
a
like
snake, it would have bit me.
it's trying to be like, don't you see these themes? And you're just like, why are you talking to me? Who are you?
It's the themes, Jack.
How well at the end of the day did Prometheus do at the box office?
I think it did pretty well. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it did all right, and it's
think it
only
did-
after the fact that people kind of thought it was either mid or shit. But because of the trailers and because of what it was, and because it was Ridley Scott Return to the franchise, everyone thought it was going to be good.
Oh yeah, it's rated on IMDb as like a 7 out of 10, and it's just like, are you fucking kidding me? This is a fucking 3.
Yeah, we've established that we don't listen to fucking like percentages and critics anymore because clearly don't know what
Yeah,
the fuck
I
we're
was
talking about.
I was just hoping that for one, I keep giving the benefit of the doubt and just hope one day they'll just
Stop.
be like, they agree with us and just be like, yeah, this movie is shit.
Yeah, stop it. Get some help.
No, one day they'll see the error of their ways. One day they'll walk in the
Jesus
glory.
Christ! 120 budget, box office 403.4 million.
Fuck me.
Damn,
Also, I love how they're putting Wayland
that's
in
a
like
fucking
this, like,
success story.
in this like partial like mech suit, like or exoskeleton. They're like, in
It's just
order
an
to move you
It's just an
around.
exosuit.
Yeah.
It beats the fuck out of a walker, that's for sure. Because he's actually walking. Hey, why did they show us the feet thing? That was weird. What is? This scene's weird. Like everything with Wayland is just weird.
I don't like you.
It's a
'cause
Christ
you're-
allegory.
Also, you find
Oh,
out that she's his daughter, and it's just like, oh, are you disappointed because you're not a boy? You don't have a penis? Are you a whammon?
After this, we should watch the fucking spoilers ahead video for Prometheus, because now I kind of want to watch that for context.
Spoilers ahead.
But
what's that?
so spoilers ahead is Lau McDouchebag's videos where he like reviews movies really shittily.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you'll see. It's pretty fun. But yeah, I mean, I guess we could talk about the fucking rolling rock.
Oh yeah, how this originates, the Prometheus
The
school of running away things.
Running away from things.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm thinking, you guys ever heard fucking oh god, Cinema Win said the most retarded thing when it came to how everybody makes fun of that trope. And it's like, I'd like to see like you guys would have the correct thinking to go in a different direction. It's just like,
It's like,
yeah, hopefully we all would. Hopefully we're not all
Yeah.
idiots and would continue running in the path of a falling object.
no, it's not a falling object. It's a rolling object.
rolling
It's
object.
literally
It's
rolling.
the space donut.
It's like Indiana Jones couldn't run to the side away from the fucking rock.
I love how they just rock up to the resting chambers. Like they're just like, hey, I'm gonna talk to him and tell them that hey, we want you to be a god. So they're just like, quit telling it shit, and they just keep hitting Shaw.
And she's like freaking out, screaming at it, and it's like, stop talking. It's like, why
Yeah,
is
the
she
whole
here?
waking up the engineer scene. It's where
Is
the movie
as
takes
fuck.
like a significant extra step to the side and becomes very weird. Because we don't actually know anything about what happens next. Like, if you take Ridley's like commentary shit out of it, if we only work with what's on the screen, engineer wakes up, he's understandably very confused, and then he just starts freaking the fuck out.
He doesn't say anything through the whole movie, does he?
No, he just goes and goes, ah!
Yeah, he's
That's
just
it,
like,
that's
I'm
all
bad
this
now.
script.
So, like, yeah, like, he's going to Earth. It's like, how do you know that? Because the script is down here.
Also, remember that the movie, the whole premise of all of this is that old man Wayland thinks that this guy is going to make him live forever.
Yeah.
He has no reason to think that. None. Like, he thinks they found a cure for old age, which they didn't. Not as far as we know.
Hits her in stitches. He looks like so chill. He's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, who are you people?
Apparently, he's like, if we were to take Ridley Scott, he's pretty much saying like, this man does not want to die. He believes you can give him more life. And then the engineer.
Yeah, this is like, there's nothing. Like I say, there's nothing
nothing
that
to
doesn't make
indicate
this
that.
scene fucking stupid. Like, yeah, it's all
retarded
dumb.
regardless.
Yeah, it's really stupid. He
Bonk.
just fucking like goes. He's literally super chill, like just sitting down, like chilling out, and then he just fucking goes berserker mode.
I'm surprised that little chest bonk was enough, considering the engineer kind of wails on Shaw for a bit. I think later in the film, the engineer just kind of slams her against a wall with his bare hands.
That's after, like, she was around after the other humans destroyed his ship, and he was understandably fucking annoyed. A little bit peeved, kind of frustrated, needed to blow off some steam. And then
Yeah,
he
but,
got
like-
shot by the world's biggest facehugger.
And it's like, wait, what's the threat here? Like, what, like, did I like miss anything? Like, what's this guy's problem? Like, is he like legit going to Earth to finish the job? Like, what's happening? Like, why are we
Well,
like freaking out?
The only way it makes sense is to go back to the methane stuff. It's like she wanted to create life, and when she created life, it's like, oh no, it's destructive. It's gonna kill me because it's evil, and this place is death. It's like, oh, we meet our maker. Oh no, he's trying to kill us because this place is destructive and it's death. It's the only reason he does it, because he doesn't act like a character. He
Yeah.
just acts like an antagonistic force.
Yeah, like legit. Like the only time he acts like a character is like when he's just waking up. Like he's like going
like,
like
"What the
he's
fuck?"
like so confused. Like he's like, what the fuck is happening? Who are
Guys,
you
you're
people?
all-
Why are you
you're all-
talking to me?
You're all yelling at each other, and I have not even had my morning coffee.
And he's like, I haven't had coffee, and it's like, well, now I got to rip a fucking robot's head off because I mean, this is what happens when you don't have coffee.
I love the idea.
Yeah, 'cause, like
that-
we have no concept of what he's doing. She doesn't know what he's doing right now. For all we know, he could be fucking heating up a coffee.
Yeah, for all we know, he's just looking up where the nearest Starbucks is, the nearest intergalactic
Exactly.
Starbucks.
He's going to fucking McDonald's. He's just like, I want a fucking goddamn bacon, egg, and cheese right now.
Yeah, I'm
He's like,
so
well, this
fucking-
plan's fucked. Time to go to the breakfast world.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
Like,
Like, fuck, we have no
fuck
concept
this.
of what anything is happening.
fuck this.
But
I'm
he's
going
going
to the
back
brunch
to
planet.
Earth! He's
love-
going back to Earth!
I love
What?
the idea of the alien going back to the brunch planet. They're just like, fuck
The brunch
this.
Yeah,
Fuck.
they made us, and then they changed their mind. It's like, okay, clearly they're hostile. We get that, but like,
It's like, okay.
how do you know he's going
How-
to Earth? Why would
Yeah.
he go to Earth? He doesn't know what happened to his world.
We're
Yeah, like,
The only
we,
reason he would have
audience-
survived is because he was asleep when the whole
Yeah, he was,
weapon malfunction happened.
Like we,
Yeah,
the
it was literally in
audience,
space.
know that he's going to Earth, and that's only because of literally.
Do we?
Like, right, yeah,
No, we don't know
When you
that.
see him in the
no,
middle,
dude,
N-
Wyatt,
no,
we
hold-
don't know.
I'm
Do
about to
we?
show
We
you.
do.
I'm about to show you guys. Hold on, quick, calm down for a second.
yeah, Earth is
Uh,
highlighted on his space map thing.
Oh,
that
is
he
it?
can't
Okay.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see the green line? And Earth. That's Africa.
Okay,
that
so now
Earth?
this is confusing.
Okay,
because,
so yeah,
like,
that's Africa.
the holograph map thing is
Fuck.
happening, but he can't see that. It's just for us.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
the annoying part. I had to rewind for a second to show the audience, because I just realized I was trying to prove that point, and just the people watching, they're just like, I don't know what he's pointing at because we've got the copyrightisms, and yeah, you see this green line, and that's Earth right there because you can see Africa. All right, let me throw the copyrightism thing back up. Yeah, that's clearly for the audience.
It's really dumb.
Yeah, we know he's going to Earth, but these characters don't fucking know that.
Well, Shaw seems
don't-
to.
And but the thing is, okay, so
Jeez.
okay, sure,
What
he
is-
might
what
be
told-
going to Earth because
what
like there's a
told
green
him?
line to it. But what's his plan? What's he doing? Like, there's literally
He's going to
Nothing.
kill the Earth because they made us and changed their mind, I guess.
And also, possibly to go to McDonald's before he eradicates us.
yeah, like for all we know, he's going to Earth because he heard our fucking McDonald's are bitching.
Dude, I heard you guys make a mean cappuccino. I want some of that.
He's like a 1035. That's on the secret menu, dude. Thanks, inside knowledge.
This episode of Yarp is brought to you by
By
McDonald's.
McDonald's secret menu. Ba 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 ba. Give me what I want.
In terms of secret menus, nothing is better than the Meat Mountain from fucking Arby's.
I'm scared to ask for a secret menu. Like I'm afraid they're gonna like spit like in my face.
Well,
The fuck do you want?
I've heard they've turned the Meat Mountain into an official menu item, which I would always say, like, who in their right mind outside of either being high or they're just getting it for the lulz would get that thing? Because it's like $10.
Fuck is a meat mountain?
Meat Mountain is literally all the meats, all the cheeses, like, shoved into a sandwich, even, like, the chicken tenders. Like, it's literally, like, the
Sounds
bacon,
awesome.
roast beef, like, everything. Like, I got it for a joke when I found out that the secret menu exists.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I couldn't even finish it, because, like, this is literally everything shoved into a sandwich.
That sounds amazing. I need to try that.
It's gonna cost you a pretty penny.
$10 is whatever.
It's like I think in all reality it's 12, which isn't too bad if you go to somewhere like if you're going to like an actual like burger restaurant. Yeah, that's normally the price of like a burger and less side, but
Yeah, and if you're throwing literally all the fucking meat onto it, yeah, I guess it makes sense why it's fucking like up there in price, because it's like 4 sandwiches put together.
uh-huh. Yeah, the crew's doing their whole like we're gonna fucking suicide. Charlize Theron's just trying to just like I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Oh, the pod that just crashes. It's just trying to do
they kind of
smooth...
just threw it off the back of the ship and hoped for the best.
No, it was flying. Like it, like see, it's like on
flew.
Yeah,
yeah,
like,
but they're
it's like
kind of
shooting
not meant
thrusters.
to like. They're meant to detach while they're in orbit or something. It's not meant to be this close to the ground. So it had time to slow its descent, but other than that, that's it.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this kind of escape pod. I guess it would kind of work. The problem being
it's clearly an emergencies only thing, so it's just a coffin with enough armor to survive the impact.
And also has like jets or something.
Well, yeah, that's just to slow it down. Because if they were in orbit and the ship had a problem, then yeah, they would throw the pods. The pods would slow their descent enough so that when they did crash, hopefully most of the crew lived.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there goes the aliens.
And then we get the fucking, as we were talking about, the Prometheus school of running away from things.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is kind of it's because we all know it from specifically the CinemaSins meme. I'm trying to think of like other than the originator, what's the worst? What's an even worse example of the Prometheus school running away from things? What's her face running from the T-Rex?
I have one off my.
I don't know if I have enough.
T-Rex can chase you. That's not the same thing.
Why do you think they call it the Prometheus school of running away from?
Well, yeah, I was saying like there's. I understand. Like
this is the sin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand.
This is the stance.
And this is the result. She got fucking squashed.
Mm-hmm.
She went, don't do it, and then she squashed.
I mean, the other one also got squashed, but she was saved by a holy rock because she had faith.
Oh, fuck that. I got really mad at that. It's falling towards her. She's about to get squashed, but it's just rock. Yeah, this rock is apparently really holy. Like an engineer priest was just like, hey.
It's not even that the rock is strong, it's also that the hull of the ship was strong enough not to crumple. Like, if it bent or morphed in any way, it still would have crushed her, but the rock would have been intact.
I guess, yeah. For once, they acknowledged the fact that she was essentially running out of air.
Which she shouldn't have been, because the air is breathable, remember?
Yeah, only inside the cabin.
Only inside the fucking caves? Like, how does that make sense? What?
That actually doesn't make sense, because...
Yeah, it doesn't.
Doesn't make sense.
The way you get into the caves is just this massive, like, open area. It's not like it's sealed.
Like gloves.
And if it is just that the temple itself is making air, or it's pumping oxygen out, that means that for the last 2,000 years it's been pumping oxygen into this atmosphere.
I mean, fair enough.
Which means there still would be some oxygen around.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she's still like, I'm just gonna shovel all this shit into my fucking bag. Oh, and then we got to see, like, the worst... I'm gonna throw the copyrightisms away for a second. We got to see the worst axe on the planet.
Yeah, that thing is fucking worthless.
Who made this.
I was going to say, Max, you actually tried to break it down, didn't you? Of like how.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. So the whole point of like an axe is so the fucking like you get the swing of it, right? Like the whole
Right.
thing. You want like the full impact of that axe. Thing is, if you look at this axe, like the handle is like like the axe head is like shallower than like where your hand is. So like you might be like hitting your hand like at certain points. Like it's like it's like they're trying to like do like a bigger version of like a climbing axe, maybe? Like best faith interpretation, but it's like it's really dumb looking. And it's like it's very analogous for like the whole as I say, it's very analogous for the whole fucking movie. It's like this is like why is it curved? Like why do we know what the fucking alien's gonna do? Why do we fucking like why did the thing somehow get bigger? Like it's all just a cascade of fucking dumb bullshit.
Yeah, it's as Drinker
said.
Yeah,
the fact that thing is exactly so massive that bugs me. Because we saw when she pulled it out of her that it had an umbilical cord. It was feeding on nutrients from her body. Then it gets pulled out, it's frozen inside the abortion tube, and it just keeps growing.
Yeah, I originally was just like, oh yeah, I didn't really think about it, and then you guys probably was like, oh yeah, that thing should not have become bigger. It's like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and the scene could still work if it was the original size it was. Like, oh no, it survived, and it fucking climbs up and latches onto his face. Everything still happens the same way.
Yeah, just like a facehugger. It's like really fucking hard to get off. It's very dangerous to get off.
But they clearly wanted this scene where he's struggling against this big tentacly monstrosity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious as to what Ridley Scott, what were you looking at the day you filmed this?
Yeah, Ridley Scott. Do we have similar search histories there, sir?
Do we need to look at your browser?
I mean, different search histories.
Ridley Scott confirmed man of culture.
He coomed the second the tube went down. He's just like, and coom. right then and there, he's like, yep. I don't know about you guys, this did it for me. The guy that's covered in the engineer makeup is just very uncomfortable. He's just like,
he's like, I need a shower. Like,
I need to get off the set as soon as possible.
He's like this supermodel because, like, I mean, I'm assuming it's the same guy from the fucking first. Like, obviously, he's not the same alien or whatever, but I'm saying the same actor. And it's like he's a ripped dude who like works all his ass off to look nice and shit like that. And then it's like Ridley Scott's like, and then you're gonna get latched on by a giant squid.
His tentacle's gonna go in your mouth.
He's
just going, what?
He's like, that makes me very uncomfortable, sir. He's like, I know.
You're gonna listen to me.
I need you to be uncomfortable so your squirming is realistic.
Like, I need you to be uncomfortable for. That's what makes it good.
Oh, whoops.
So yeah, that's Prometheus. Basically, that's the whole movie. Is that?
I mean, there is one last bit we're leaving out of the plot, which is the fact that she decides to go full fucking Terminator on the rest of the planet. Is like, I'm going to grab another ship full of nukes, sail it back to their planet, and they're going to tell me
why
what I want to know. Yeah, it's weird because it's like, yeah, it's very like, it's so like in following context, like when she talks about like, oh yeah, I want them to like answer me or whatever, and it's like, oh okay, that makes more sense. But like when she first says it, she's like, can we go to their planet? It's like, yeah, it does seem like I'm gonna go fuck them up. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, they're trying to kill us. I'm gonna take this to where they're from and destroy them in order to preserve Earth. Like that tracks, because the second that this one became aware of our existence, he fucking freaked out. We do not want that to happen again because we're a spacefaring race. It's possible. But the whole insisting that they have to answer some questions, like, why though? Because I'm a human being. Like, wait, what? We're human beings. Explain it to us.
Just like,
no. You just wouldn't understand.
No, because we're robots.
Also, she was like, "Where's my cross?"
Where's my cross?
Yeah, and he kept it with
motherfucker?"
him for some reason.
Yeah, he kept it with him, even though it was quote unquote contaminated. But whatever, fuck it. I guess we forgot about that scene.
But it just
Yeah, like I
shows that
said,
he didn't take it was contaminated. He took it just because he wanted to have it.
He wanted a cross. Why does he want a cross? Like, none of this
Because
makes
he
sense.
doesn't have a
Like,
soul. It's a theme.
It's a theme. He
for
wanted to
just
take away her
better.
god.
Yeah, that's why
Or
he
he
says your
wanted to
God has
have a
abandoned
god
you.
so that like he would have a soul or something.
Yeah.
Because he's constantly reminded how he doesn't have a soul.
Yeah, soulless scientists try to take away people's faith in religion all the time, don't you know?
basically.
Yeah, that was Prometheus. My God,
wait,
I feel
hang
like.
on.
Oh,
Hang
hold on.
Hang
Yeah,
on.
actually, yes.
Like a
We
weird
are
dolphin
actually
baby.
not done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fast
unfortunately.
forward to that. Honestly, I fucking hate the Deacon so fucking much.
Why is it called the Deacon? Does it?
I don't know.
I don't
What?
know.
It's the
Like a deacon is like a low-ranking member of the clergy, so
Yeah,
it doesn't.
so
The only way it tracks with anything else is that it's vaguely
it's
religion.
my themes. Yeah, like that's all I could fucking think about.
Prometheus Xenomorph.
The Deacon.
Yeah, and it looks like a weird dolphin baby, and I hate it.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's called the Deacon on Xenopedia. Don't you? Because of course it fucking
Oh,
is.
Of course.
And the first time I saw it, the whole shape of it fucking threw me off, and I couldn't put my finger on it. It's because it doesn't have a tail.
Yeah.
Oh.
And also, its inner mouth looks like that. Hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, having a different inner mouth is fine because it's a different design, but not having any kind of tail changes their whole shape.
Mhm.
Ugh.
So yeah, the movie ends. She takes the black goo nukes to some Squidward planet, and now this planet just has like black goo snakes and a dolphin man as their sole inhabitants.
Just hanging out. I guess they gotta learn to play. Hopefully, there was a game of checkers just hanging out in the ship, or else they're gonna be bored.
Also, weren't there 3 other engineers in their pods still on that ship?
Probably. Because
Don't know.
No,
Well, they're dead now, so it doesn't matter.
He killed them all because not only was he gonna kill Earth, he was gonna kill the rest of the engineers.
Wait, does
Yeah,
that mean
he
that
was,
every fucking engineer ship has 4 dudes just ready to go in stasis?
Yeah, of course.
What does that mean when
Rip
the,
off the head of whatever talks to you first.
So does that mean when the space jockey was all chest bursted on LV-426, one of his buddies could have just woke up? Because the pilot room is the same room as the stasis room, so his buddy could have just been like, oh shit.
Oh shit, Todd!
Fuck, where are we? LV-426, son of a bitch. We didn't even make it 20 feet, man. How long did you have that in you? He's just talking to a corpse.
He's like, oh, fine, just pout then.
Fine, be that way. I gotta get myself out of this pickle. Accidentally falls into the egg room and then gets himself chest bursted. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, because it's just that fucking weird thing. The weird mist stasis thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Prometheus. We are going to continue our horrible journey down this alien path to finish these movies. So yeah, apparently there is going to be one after Covenant, from what I understand you guys talked about.
It was supposed to happen, but I think because of the coof, I think it was just canceled by this point.
Oh, it's just straight up canceled. Oh yeah, because doesn't fucking Disney own that shit now?
I think so. Either way, if you did not like Prometheus, you're gonna shit a brick when
I'm really curious, like how fucking bad it gets. Like that's the main.
Honestly,
thing. It's like,
same, because I never watched Covenant either. 'Cause I heard it
really?
was shit.
Oh, you boys are in for whatever the opposite of a treat is.
A trick. Well, Halloween
gonna
is
go-
just a trick.
I'm gonna pay him a, what do you call it? A visit? A
Yeah,
meeting.
but
That's
tricks can still be fun. This is
Oh no,
This
yeah.
is
I mean,
not gonna
no,
be that.
no, tricks aren't inherently just fun. They could be
They're
shitty.
for
Like,
kids.
Logan Paul exists.
Is his existence the
Supposed to be.
trick?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, mostly, but like, yeah, he used to, like, he did pranks and shit like that, and they're
His
all terrible.
existence is just a
Sorry, no, it was
scientific
Jake
piece of
Paul.
physics.
Jake Paul's the one who like cut the brakes of his fucking or fuck, I don't remember. One of them cut the brakes of like the other one's like team or whatever and almost
Fuck.
killed them.
Fuck both of them. Fuck
Yeah,
both
like,
of the
dude,
Paul
it's fucking
brothers.
horrible, and I don't remember which one did which, but yeah, it's like it's pretty bad. Actually, I think it was Logan Paul. Logan Paul like made a video. He's like, "Oh, yo, somebody should cut his fucking brakes."
No, and then like Logan Paul also did like a video in like the suicide forest, and then was surprised to see that somebody had committed suicide. Then
Yeah, but did you ever watch the breakdown of that video where like somebody was like, "Yeah, got the camera," like so it was like they wanted to fucking record it. It's like,
my
oh,
god.
it's like, dude, it's like you're actually like a sociopath. Jesus Christ.
Well, I think
You're
we pretty
actually-
much covered Prometheus.
Yeah, featuring Jake Paul and Logan Paul, the Paul brothers.
Well,
Yep.
it's
with
about
that-
time for me to head out. So
Yes.
Alright,
With that, we will see you all next week. Have a happy 4th of
Everybody-
July. Blow up some fireworks. Drink.
Well, no.
Enjoy your freedom.
Don't do it at the same
Burgerland.
time.
Yes.
Don't drink and blow up shit. Please
Yeah.
celebrate independence responsibly.
do
Yeah,
one,
don't-
then the other.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.